I'm trying to be the UK Beyblading champion. The UK Beyblading champion. And this is how. The UK has now launched a competitive circuit where there are some local store championships which are run like in little communities and little cities where you can win points toward eventually, I guess, entering the UK Championship. We don't know how many points you would need to enter, and there are also regional championships, which are bigger competitions where if you place top 4 in those, you're automatically entered into the UK Championships. And I competed in one of the local store championships at Zombie Cafe, and I came second. So what I'm going to do now is just take you through my footage of the day, of my games. So it was based on 5 rounds of Swiss, 3 blades each, first to 4 points, and then after that it was semis and final, first to 7 points. I only recorded 3 of my games. Well, technically I recorded 2, and I stole some of the footage from Jess at beybladex Labs. Thanks, Jess, because we had a battle together, and she also voiceovers her part of the battle, which I'll just leave in. The only caveat I have to add is I was also running a point in that first battle, so when she talks about a stamina build, it's the same bit in that point. But anyway, let's get into the battles. And my first round, I go in with Phoenix Wing against Wizard Rod and pockets it. Amazing. Back in again. Raw, my favourite blade, 3 self KOs. Moving on. Next I'm up against Mimi, who prior to that had beat me.
3, 2, 1, shoot.
That's a 1 point reshoot because I went straight to the pocket.
2, 1, shoot.
It's my favourite Bay. Over finish against Okoro Phoenix. Next I'm going up against Rambuster, trying to get big points against Wizard Rod. It hits me in a reverse, extreme, and then self KOs. And that's me moving on.
Tyrannobeat versus Tyrannosaur. I felt pretty confident going into this match knowing that I was on a point bit, which usually has much better endgame stamina. But as this match plays out, you'll see that I probably burnt too much stamina early on with the X-Rails, so I didn't manage to secure the 1 point. So in this match it was Rod versus Rod. I think this was a stamina type build, so I was pretty confident because Gear Ball tends to outspin like a standard Rod 960 ball. But as you'll see, we were literally joking about it taking forever, and then my rod burst, so that was 2 points to my opponent.
Did you see that burst? Someone got 2 points.
So this one was my Silver Wolf and Elevate versus a Phoenix Wing. For this match I just wanted to avoid the early attacks, but then magically the counter attack came in and I managed to pocket the Phoenix.
3, 2, 1, shoot.
Okay, so again my Silver Wolf came up against an attacker, so I just wanted to avoid the early hits and maintain stamina to the end to outspin. Okay, in this clip you'll see my Tyrannobeat get summoned to the Shadow Realm, so luckily this one was a reshoot. And then when we did get to reshoot, the Phoenix self-KO'd, so that was 1 point to me and won the match.
Next I'm up against Ray, very strong blader, and that's an immediate reshoot. I think it hit his fingers. By the way, Ray, I apologise for how many times your fingers were the one in this battle, and as much as I would love to keep that 3 points, I believe that's still a reshoot for fingers. Yeah, it is. And I think this is okay. And I hit the 2 points. So now I'm 2 up. Going with my Phoenix, heavy downward launch. Hit the extreme finish. That puts me 5 up. Heavy hits by my Dram Buster. If it gets down to stamina battle, I will lose it. That makes it 5-1. Going again with the old reliable. I hit the immediate, but I believe that's a reshoot. As much as I'd like it to count, that's definitely a reshoot. And yeah, that's looking like a painful finger hit. Another reshoot. I think again a reshoot. Guys, you know how many points I win on these reshoots? It stresses me out. And this looks okay. The one to count. And with how these things go, the one that counts, what happens? I lose the points. And I think that makes that 5-3. Ray's making a strong comeback. Starting to get worried here. Going for my Phoenix. I think that's an in-hair hit. Again, needing a reshoot. Guys, I'm left-handed, so it does make it awkward sometimes for launches. I think this is good. We're okay here, and look at this. I'm thinking, oh yeah, spin finish for me. And it is actually okay, so that I'm 6-3, I believe that is. Immediate reshoot, of course that's a reshoot. We don't even have to explain it. I believe this is good. I missed all my hits, and that's the scary thing about Wizard Rod. The recoil. I'm in the pocket. I think that makes that 5-5. It's literally tied now. I hit him out the side of the stadium. Second time that happens today, by the way. That's insane, but that's a reshoot, no points. Okay. Missed the first X, hit the second, get the over finish, and I win, moving on. And that is where our rivalry started between me and Ray. You will see how that continues. I take the first one, let's just say he gets me back in the second. This is the final against Felix, a very strong blader. I use my Raw Tyranno against his 160 Phoenix. Heavy hits, but it looks like he's going to take the spin finish. Yeah, that's 1 point to Felix. Next up.
Phoenix and Terrell. 3, 2, 1, shoot.
I'm going with my Dram Buster, and I think that's against a Goon. I hit the over finish just before he pockets me. That gets me the 3 points, putting it at 3-1. Very happy about that.
Crash out there. We won't talk about that now.
360.
Yeah, against his stack with full aggression.
At least he didn't pop. At least he didn't pop. Actually, pop would have been better here. But
My Phoenix against a Wizard, so I'm going for the heavy hits to try and get him out of here, because if I don't, it's definitely a spin finish. Heavy hits, very tilted, too tilted, losing a lot of stamina and not enough left to finish the job. And nearly hits it there. But no, he takes a point.
it was close.
It was.
And I go back in with old reliable, trying to win some points, so I'll go with my favourite babe, thinking it's a safe bet.
3, 2, 1, shoot.
Except he comes in with a Wizard, which is like the hard counter to my Raw. Unless I can hit something early, it usually recoils or just immediately hits the spin. And as you can see here, it nearly hits the pocket and spin finish, so yeah, horrible matchup for my Raw. Next I go in with Phoenix on Phoenix, except his is on 160. I miss 2 of the pockets, using a lot of energy here and very tilted, looking like he's going to take it. 160 is definitely the superior matchup for Phoenix, but I run it on my Buster, so can't do that. Goon Elevate, I go in with Buster, try and burst. I'll just get him out of here again. Oof, nearly streamed myself there. But now that we're out of that and into a stamina world, you know how it ends with Goon. No matter how it looks, he always takes it. Even though that was very, very, very close. So after those 2 uses, I think my Phoenix maybe next up. Oh no, we'll be going in for a reshuffle. I'm going to go in for a Buster, trying to win some big points. I think he had the same idea, goes with his Phoenix 160.
2, 1.
And that may be a reshoot. I would have loved that not to be a reshoot, but yeah, that's probably a reshoot. We go in and
3, 2, 1.
I think that should have been a reshoot as well, where it scraped as a hit, but I didn't call it in early enough. This was still one of my early days and I wasn't as confident calling things yet. Don't worry, that's changed. And he takes the 2 points, and that is game. Felix wins, congrats. I take second place and get some points on the board towards becoming the UK Beyblading champion. That's such a mouthful for me. UK Beyblading champion. Yeah.